Hey, Rose. You're the first person in here, which shouldn't be too surprising for me. Hello there, Osana. Hey there, Jose. And Cloak and Dagger TV. I'm doing well. Hello there, Toasty. Um, Funny story. Would y'all believe that there are some bizarre allegations circulating about me on TikTok? Would you believe, you know how Freddy Krueger enters people's dreams and kills them in their dreams? There are people on TikTok who swear up and down that I do that, except instead of killing people in their dreams, I just rape them. This is something people genuinely believe. Aren't they always allegations? Yeah. And there, Floxetine Queen. I keep forgetting what Floxetine is. Hello, Jacqueline and Demon Monastery. Yeah, it is. Would you believe that all the people I supposedly dream raped are obese and unattractive? I'm just noticing a pattern. Demon Monastery says you're powerful enough to do that, but why the fuck would you? I don't know. Yeah, I can just call you Princess Prozac. Well, that's a better nickname than I gave to Ignis Persephorons. I call him Pervert Flame. Toshi does genuinely believe that he has dreams about me when you started doing my free rituals. Could be. What do I think about the Baphomet of the O9A? So if you work with the Baphomet from the O9A's tradition, all you're doing is calling up the planetary spirit of the Earth. That's all it is. So yeah, it's fine to work with that being. Obviously, don't sacrifice people to it like the O9A tells you to. How is the book about Noctulius going? I'm still halfway through because I've been bouncing back and forth between multiple books, but so far it's very good. A lot of you already know that I have 2 book recommendations about psychic vampirism on my official book recommendation page. I never thought I'd find another book about vampirism that would be worth adding to it, but this one apparently is. Because usually when people write about vampirism, they don't really add anything new to the conversation, but Indy Blackwood did. What is the esoteric meaning behind cat girls? Do retrogrades bother you? I don't pay much attention to astrology, to be honest. Trillgate says, how come whenever you tell someone that they were in your dream, they think it was something sexual? No, what if you were on crack and doing cartwheels in my dream? Am I going to check out any of his other books? Maybe one day. I've already got a really large pile of books I need to finish. Also, I found out that I'm more of a nerd than I thought. I bought myself 3 comic books. One from DC, one from Marvel, and one from Star Wars. And I liked all 3. So, fuck it. Any tips on astral travel? You can draw from the power of your philia to help you get out of body. You know, the animalistic aspect of your soul. You think the mushrooms are starting to work? Are you in space? I could be. Did you hear that there's some company that's trying to raise money to film a porno in outer space? Elijah says I'm the best streamer. Thank you. Hey there, ALMAO. Nerdy VK. New interest unlocked. Surprise. Any tips on creating a ritual to make an egregore? So I don't work with egregores, so no. Everyone, make sure you like the stream. Hello there, Obsidian Kissed. What is an egregore? An egregore is a spirit that you created yourself. I forgot what it was called, but there was one group of chaos magicians who created an egregore that was literally a cat wearing sunglasses, riding a skateboard that trails rainbows. He's designed exclusively to get stagnant travel to move. One chick I used to know told me she called on it and it worked. And I don't really know anything about Slavic witchcraft. I do work with Cernobog, but I'm doing that from a Mejerian perspective, not a Slavic one. Thank you, Dick Peters. Trill Gates has a small collection of old Calvin and Hobbes comics when I was a kid. When shit got rough, I contemplated selling them. Oh, nice. When I was a kid, I used to read Sonic the Hedgehog comics. So, if any of y'all were wondering whether or not I'm actually autistic, now you know. I read Sonic the Hedgehog comics. Am I still going to have Indiana live with me? Maybe. Your voice is deeper than my ex's coochie. Can you subconsciously create egregores? Those are usually referred to as thought forms. Yeah, but you can spawn like tiny spirits that will reinforce certain types of thinking. Thanks for complimenting the glasses, Kristen. I found my philia, or the animalistic aspect of my soul, with a guided meditation that I found on YouTube. It appeared to me as a female lion. Do I know anything about Assyrian mythology or magic? Not much. I'm rusty on it. I don't believe in any such thing as the demiurge. I am not a Gnostic. Yeah, Lady Ruby Nightshade also read Sonic comics as a kid. Yeah. I think there were two lines of comics, Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic X. Sonic the Hedgehog was the one I read. Is it true that the Abrahamic deity is some egregore put together by Middle Eastern people? I don't think so. What if those egregores harm you, then kill them? I think I have a collection of magical chants to work with the philia on my WordPress. I don't have a full essay. There was also Sonic Universe. I didn't know about that one. Yeah, I watched the Sonic X cartoon too, I think. I watched some type of Sonic cartoon. Might have been that one. Shadow was my guy. Shadow and Middle Sonic. Best characters ever. I loved it when they fought. Is this based on astronomy or something? No. What's up, Pervert Fire? Have I worked with King Paimon or Grimoire? What are their tests like? Paimon, he basically pushed me to let go of whatever remaining bigotry I had left. As for Grimoire, it's been a long time since I worked with her, but I have an essay on her on my WordPress. We're talking about witchcraft, John. Hell yeah, Obsidian Kissed. I also have an essay about Paimon, of course. There's only 10 Goetic demons left who I haven't covered. Thank you, Sean. I'm glad you like my Patreon content. I don't really use astrology, John. A lot of occultists do, but that's not really part of my thing. Which 10? Wall, Andromelius, I think Berith as well. I have a list somewhere. Do I have any info about succubi or vampire magic on my Patreon or WordPress? Yeah, I should have plenty of info about both of those topics on both of those sites. There's a search bar now, but you only see it if you're using your computer. If you're looking at my articles on your phone, to my understanding, you won't be able to see the search bar. Don't know why it's like that, though. Crack is good. Yes, very. I smoke crack daily as part of my spiritual practice. Hello there, Isaiah. God's green crack. Glad you liked the search bar, really, Bored Panda. Imperial White Rabbit says, I have a secret link that I've used for years that has a search bar before I added it. Nice. Skip Gaming says the earth is flat. Big true. Big facts. We aren't ready for that conversation, are we? No, I'm kidding. Trill Gates takes Belial as a really super powerful demonic lord, but apparently he's got angelic celestial aspects too. I've heard about that, but I haven't worked with his angelic aspect or really studied it. Lady Ruby says Ave King Asmodeus. Indeed. Elijah says all science dies, so astrology can be practical if learned individually. Agreed. Arturo was a crackhead for 20 years, but medical marijuana helped him get off crack. Well, hey, it's an upgrade. Sean says the earth is actually a giant couch that tells us to pray to the god of couch daily. This is also true. Maddie says it's been a couple of years since he practiced seriously and back because then things got fairly wild and it was through my stuff, but lately you've tried to get back with the demons, but you're getting nothing. Well, spiritual experiences often happen when they're supposed to. Zebra says the earth is neither flat nor round. It's actually the left titty of a big shit goth mommy. Of course. Any crystal recommendations for demon works? Yeah, Free Night basically empowers anything. Lux just fucked up 2 boxes of pizza. Nice. It's been a while since I had pizza. King Belial's sigil keeps showing up in my dreams. Nice. I don't know what Tartaria is. Belial's sick. He gave me a bunch of second chances with the law as a dumb kid. That's awesome, man. Yeah, he is renowned for that. Who can you work with to get better at trading stocks? I'm going to recommend Mammon or Sorath. Mammon's the one who helped me come up with a large part of my business model. The crystal I mentioned was Free Night. It's spelled Phreniche. Want to go down an information rabbit hole? Why not? Have I read the Red Dragon Grand Grimoire? It's been way too long since I looked into that to have any insights. Who do I recommend working with for glamour magic? Quililitu. That is spelled Qualiltu. So I think I might have spelled that wrong in my head. Qualilitu. Misspoke. I've got bits and pieces of information channeled about all the Goetic demons I have yet to cover, but it'll be a while before I've got all 10 aces up. Sean says, lately I've been feeling drawn to call upon Thantafaxas for protection, so I'll be doing that this week. Awesome. Is Quililitu a form of Lilith? Yes, she's a daughter of Lilith. Which spirit do I recommend to overcome that damn laziness? Raum. Raum. Let's see, I channeled 2 sigils for clients today. Tonight I have to do that Sinister Rite of Abraxas. Took me way too long to get around to it this month, but I'm doing it tonight. Does Clefothic energy empower rights to angels? No. Can I talk about which angels are servants of Jehovah? I think it's just certain lesser angels. I don't think any of the archangels are. How can you tell if someone has put a love spell on me? Well, Sean recently mentioned a demon named Thantifaxath. Thantifaxath. So approach him and say, hey, if there's a love spell on me, can you please remove it? If your feelings for that person go away afterwards, then yeah, you were probably under a love spell. Demons versus angels versus ancestors. Which group is the most powerful? I'm going to say demons. Have I worked with the abyssal angels? Yeah, Archangel Layla is a good example of those. She's the Archangel of Night. Is Archangel Michael really an alcoholic? I don't think so. That's a new one. Who's a good demon or spirit to work with for legal problems? Belial. When J.S. Garrett was falsely accused of aggravated assault, it was Belial that got the charges dropped. Abyssal angels? Abyssal angels are a subspecies of angels that are native to Doth. So Abaddon and Layla are good examples. I call them nightmare angels, though. Is there anything about Noctulius that a beginner may not know, or misconceptions he is tired of? I'm pretty sure the misconception he's tired of is that he supports pedophilia. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, I found Noctulius pretty friendly in my experience. Bernard de Montfaucon believes... N.D. Blackwood believes that Noctulius was human once. He traced... Oh, also, despite what some people think, Noctulius was not invented by the Order of the Nine Angles. Blackwood found record of him being recorded by Bernard de Montfaucon in 1719. In other words, record of Noctulius predates the O9A by more than 200 years. At least more than 200 years. Please look at my message. Looks like it's buried, pal. Is it possible to call on Panachazragoth as a metagod? I don't think no, not as a metagod. Any experiences with the rituals in the Book of Noctulius yet? Not yet. If you work with demons, you must trade something back or they can help for free. They'll help for free. As long as you're respectful. Can the black sun be called to presence any type of energy? I don't think so. How do I feel about Thamas being Baal and being Moloch? I don't think so. Why do I call them nightmare angels? That's just what one of my spirit guides called them. I don't have any good resources on Azrael. What entities compose Satolas? The 9 demonic gatekeepers. So that's, Lucifer, Abaddon, Moloch, so on and so forth. Zebra on the Edge says Noctulius sounds like he has a big Dracula from Castlevania vibes. Yeah, I can see that. It's a great show, by the way. Why are demons more powerful than angels? Because they're connected to the primordial chaos. Who is the best demon to work with for preventative revenge? Like a ritual that if anyone messes with you, the demon will attack. I'm going to go with Crokel. Vine is also a good option. LMAO, thank you for that holy golden shower. I was filling up a cup of water, I'm not peeing. What is your position on Inanna being Aphrodite? I do not think that they're the same being. Have I ever felt the anger from a deity, demon, etc. because channeled within you when someone mentions them in a disrespectful way? Sort of. Have I worked with the 56 rays or blacklight? Do you mean the demons in the Book of Sitra Ara? Because yes, I have articles on like 4 of them. Finally got alive. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Is Samael, the angel of death, also a demon? Yes. Samael embodies the entire spectrum of angelic and demonic divinity. Any idea on where to start researching Visago? My website. I have an essay on him. How am I able to regularly work with spirits without resistance or interruptions from the outside world? Having my own place. What is it about dragon's blood that makes my rituals so energetic and powerful feeling? Well, demons in general like dragon's blood, as do other primordial entities. Additionally, dragon's blood kind of just universally strengthens anything. How are Nephilimic and Anunnakian DNA caused? Well, procreation between humans and non-human entities. That happened a very long time ago. How do I feel about folk magic compared to ceremonial magic? I think different people will get better results with... I think some people will get better results with folk magic and others will get better ones with ceremonial magic. Spirituality is very personal like that. Who was the first demon? Satan. I think. Wait, so demons are more powerful than fallen angels? Depends on the fallen angel, because some fallen angels are demonic. Like Malthus. Zebra. What type of planes does Liber and Egregores map? It maps the areas beyond the Qliphoth and beyond the 3 Veils. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm about to get ready to perform the Sinister Rite of Abraxas for my top-tier Patreon supporters of last month, so I've got some work ahead of me. Have a great night, and enjoy your immortality. Oh, one last question. Obsidian Kiss says, so a fallen angel can be a demon, but a demon cannot be a fallen angel. Wrong. The labels are... Those 2 types of spirits are not mutually exclusive.